Hey, if you want to come along for a post-production digitizing some event artwork ride, this one I think I'm going to try to finesse a channel mask, a way of selecting just what I want. So this is the artwork here, and I'm actually just going to kind of make a new version, so if I don't like the results, I can get back to it. So I'm going to call this one V2 or whatever, V2, and save that thing. Okay, so I'm saving this as V2. Sorry, I get confused. I'm going to make a V3 just so that I'm fresh. So, as I've said in other videos, you can see there's a problem area along the edge here. The gray, like if I just do levels here, I start to lose out, the grays start to disappear like on those dots. So if I select white, they won't pick up. As if I pull these levels up, then I get harder contrast. So I don't really like that. Like there's subtlety that exists within the colors that I like. That being said, I kind of want to, let's zoom into a spot and I'll show you this channel mask selection. Let's see some of this stuff here. Yeah, this hard edge is kind of a bugger right there. So if I go to the layers palette over here and click on channels and just start to look and see, well, which channel serves me more pixels that I can adjust levels and just make all of the pixels that are not white the same and all of the pixels that are white easily selectable. Green's not that good. I like blue. So I'm going to right click on the blue layer, duplicate the channel. Okay, so now I've got a copy. And now I can adjust the levels to try to create a sort of binary piece of artwork where everything, light value as it is black, and what's white is white. So Command L, and just start to play. So it's important to watch, say, this capacity or this upward trajectory, because that's pretty light value. If I just go like this, it just gets blown away, right? So how far can I move this in there and lighten it? Well, I would still have the capacity to select. So that's about all I can do. So now I start to darken this up. And what I want is for everything that's gray to turn black. You'll see what's also turning black is the edges of that paper. You see, like it's so what you do to one, you do to everything. So I don't want to blow out the upward trajectory text because I know that that's light value, but I do want this edge of the paper to go white. So how far can I push it? Push it, push it, push it. It's like, okay, you're almost there. So this is the finesse. It's like, okay, so back that off a little bit. If you're not doing this, then you're creating, yeah, so look at that upward trajectory. It's getting mashed. See what I'm saying? Like you just, anyways, don't like that. Well, let's see what we get. So there's, I mean, you can see in those gray areas, like on the text, see that text? Those chunks will get blown out. Can I live with it? Maybe I can live with it. Let's try it out. It depends on the strength of what I select with. So on this copy layer, if I select color range, it depends on how strong of a, like how strong of a Hermione Granger Wingardium Leviosa spell do I want to cast? Like, all right, let's try 76 and select white and see what I get here for a selection. So yeah, you can see I'm blowing some of that text out, but it might be worth it to be able to do this in an automated fashion. Turn this layer back on, turn this one off. There's my selection. Come back to this layer, this layer, this layer, and just delete it and see what's left. Oh, the gray looks pretty good. Green looks pretty good. It actually looks pretty good. I think I could live with that. Like, let me make this, I made this blue because I had green and I needed some contrasting, but let me turn this layer white and see. Oh, black. Well, it does look pretty clean artwork actually. And then now zoom in and snoop around. Now you see what happens to that. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Yeah, see, there goes the gray text. It's gone. Well, what are you gonna spend more time doing? Creating breaks, break areas, or do we just enhance this up? I'm almost thinking we enhance this up. Now just sort of like go in behind it. You can sort of like draw in behind some of this stuff. Let's take this text. Let's take this egregious text here. So if you want to preserve the look and feel of the felt and not just sort of mechanically fill it all in, sort of select some of the lighter area there, like that lighter blue, and then just on a layer underneath, just come in, and that way, you know, I mean, it still looks like felt under there. It might be easier to actually export this, put this in Procreate, and draw with it with a pen, you know, watch a movie or something, and just draw underneath that layer. So that looks how I want it to look. It still looks like felt, you know, because if you just switch layers and start drawing on top, you just basically, now it's sterile. It looks like digital drawing. And I don't particularly like that. Anyways, and you would have to do this for the grays too. Like, we've got lots of blowout. Well, not lots, but some. Like, remember, that's exactly what we were talking about, that upward trajectory. So that was sort of the standard, like how much can I stress this? But I think I'm going to roll with this because I really like, that was the edge of the paper. That works for me. And I don't actually mind on some of these to pick up a little bit of texture. I actually think I can live with this. Like in previous examples, I've created, you know, watertight break areas that applied different levels of magic wand strength, whereas this one I wanted to do the whole thing globally. That's pretty good. That's pretty tiny text. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. That's super tiny text, and the fact that we've been able to select it and clean it, like, that's pretty good. I think I can live with doctoring the rest of it. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, to review, of the RGB, I picked the channel that had the shortest distance to cover with all of the pixels that are not white, ranging from high value to low value. And so then that's the channel that I duplicate and then isolate and then adjust the levels on that, and then select color range, select, you know, what you want to disappear, and you can adjust the strength of that as well. Get your selection, Then turn that layer off so you can, yeah, see that I don't need that anymore. But that's the, you know, what I used to create the selection. Yeah, fine, go away. And then come back to the composite, and boom. Like, for creating completely cleansed artwork. I mean, it's the kind of functionality that everybody assumes just happens naturally, but the computer does exactly what you ask and only what you ask, and it understands, you know, select pixels of this value and that value. And anyways, of course, I can't resist now that I'm here. But I think I'll probably export this PSD, bring it into Procreate. I used to have a stylus that I draw in Photoshop with it, but didn't really, it kind of stopped working. Anyways, I think that's it. If you were, I might even have that old pen laying around somewhere. That's doing a color selection with, I think it's a color mask selection. Anyways, cheers.